Well, you guys know the drill. Today we picked up a 2006 Chevy CATEYE LBZ DURAMAX, and of course we're going to be throwing this thing on a massive striker lift as I always do with these trucks, putting a big old custom front bumper on it and modifying it like we do on every video on this channel. First things first, we're going to go ahead and get this thing pulled into the shop here, shut her off. And of course, first things first, we're going to go ahead and throw a big old striker lift on it. But of course, what I was mentioning earlier is this is what we do on our channel. So if you could subscribe and watch till the end so YouTube pushes out this video so more people see it, it would help me out a lot and help me reach my goal of buying a 2006 F350. Exactly that thing over there. When YouTube pushes my video out, people see it, and I make more money, I'll be able to buy that one day. Anyways, we're going to head back into the video. We have a big old striker lift and wheels that are coming for this thing first, and then this thing is going to get all of the cosmetic parts like the bumper, the grille, the Alpha X headlights, the Boost Auto Parts tow mirror, so stay tuned to see that. Alright, well here's what she is looking like now. She's looking a little bit weird. It looks like it's a half ton on a big old striker lift, so we're going to end up changing these tow mirrors, putting some cab lights on her, and some Alpha X headlights, of course, and a big old aggressive aftermarket front bumper. But, yeah, this thing looks tiny on this big old lift, so we're definitely going to be changing that up a little bit, especially on the body. It should help out with the lights and all that stuff that we're going to be getting. But these are 30 by 16 Archon Caesar wheels. This is actually my favorite wheel to exist. I have them on my dream truck. This is my exact dream truck button farming simulator, except in real life I want the stock bumper and the 2016 mirrors. Otherwise, that is the exact dream truck that I want. 9-inch BDS lift, all of that. Anyways, back to this truck. Yeah, so these are some pretty big wheels, as you guys can see here. I might switch it out to boggers in the end. I don't know. We're going to have to see what it looks like in the end. So first, we're going to grab our handy-dandy toolbox, and if I can grab it, and we're going to start throwing on the mirrors and the headlights, and then we'll move on to the bumper. Moving the handy-dandy toolbox to the side. The mirrors make this thing look like a 25 or a 3/4 to a 1-ton truck, so it makes it look a lot better than that half-ton. Makes it look a lot more aggressive and doesn't make this lift look as big, in my opinion. Got the Alpha X's on. They're looking a little bit odd right now just because they are paint matched white to the body. We will be repainting this thing as we always do, so it'll look way different. I am not a fan of it right now, but these came paint matched from Alpha X, and I can't do anything about it. So, oh well. That's just what it is. It is what it is. Next up, we're going to move on to the grill. We're going to get that swapped out for a nice custom one. We're also going to be swapping out the bumper for a custom bumper as well. Then we'll move on to cab lights in the end, and we'll move on from there. This truck, we already threw on some custom taillights on this thing. These actually look pretty nasty in my opinion. And the headlights looking nice, the mirrors looking nice, but this thing is going to look a lot nicer when you get some cab lights thrown on this thing. So, we're going to grab my drill out of the handy-dandy toolbox as well, but we're also going to need it for the bumper and the grill. Not to mention, we are doing lighted door handles as well. As you guys can see, these are just the stock painted door handles. We are going to be doing some lighted ones. Also, well, I don't have the sticker on the back of this truck, but link in the description on my Patreon if you want to support me. This truck is free. I did want to say that this truck is free. You can get this on Mod Network, pretty much any mod site. Just search up 2006 Chevy 3500 LBZ or 2500 LBZ. I don't even remember. But my Patreon, if you want to support me, is link in the description. If you could, that'd be great. That'd also help me save up for that old 6.0 over there. But anyways, back on to the video. Move our handy-dandy toolbox here once again. And whoo, boys, that is looking good. Look at this. This bumper is just super aggressive. As you guys can see here, it sticks out a little bit on each side, but it's a pretty aggressive looking bumper, and I think it looks amazing. We went with this RBP grill, looking really good as well. I like the mesh, as you guys can see the radiator behind it. I think it just adds detail in my opinion. And we just went ahead and did the cab lights real fast because I already had the drill out, so we just went ahead and drilled the holes for the cab lights, wired them up. They all work. Everything should work right now. As you guys can see here, the bumper LED bars are not wired up yet. That's the only thing that is not wired up, but the cab lights are. So, it's looking pretty good in my opinion, but I think it's time to add some paint onto this thing. Why are my headlights on? There we go. Anyways, I think it's time to add some paint onto this thing. As you guys can see, the white factory paint on this. There's not a whole lot of clear coat left on this thing. I'm pretty sure this thing was a work truck at one point, because there's absolutely no clear coat left on this thing. But, we're going to grab the handy-dandy toolbox, grab the paint sprayer out of it, and of course, we're going to get to repainting this truck. Oh yeah, boys. Charcoal is not a color I go with very often, but this charcoal on this truck looks really good. I'm not going to lie. It's a matte color. It looks almost like a wrap. If you guys know me, I really like the wrap look. I would never wrap my truck in real life, but I think that the wrap or the matte look on this thing actually looks pretty nasty. I think pretty much of that on pretty much all my trucks. This one has a matte color as well, as you guys can see. I'm obsessed with it, but think it looks pretty good in my opinion, but my opinion in real life would obviously change. But the mirror lights on this thing and everything, all of the lights just add up onto this truck, and it makes it look absolutely nasty. But we're gonna grab the handy dandy toolbox again, because we gotta swap out the actual handle for some lighted ones, because I think that's just gonna add a lot more detail onto this truck as well. So we're gonna get started taking this one off and putting the new ones on. Alright, well, we got some door handle lights on. Let's see what they look like. They're all wired up. Oh, they're looking good, I'm not gonna lie. That is actually looking really good. Next up, we got some stuff from, where did we get? I think Sinister Diesel. Not a real big fan of Sinister Diesel, but ended up getting a good deal on some Sinister Diesel parts, so we're throwing those in this thing. Starlit headliner, and what else are we doing to this thing? I kind of forgot. I think that's mostly it. I think we might be doing some powder coat suspension, or suspension powder coating. As you guys can see, it's just a standard black. I would at least want it to match the truck. If not, maybe like a neon green would look pretty nasty with this truck. But I'd also just like to tell you guys real quick that Adrenaline Mitch actually reached out to me and just asked about the truck. So I think that was pretty cool. He just said, I like the truck. How long have you been building it for? I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I have multiple trucks. So I think that was actually pretty cool. So I might hop on here and build his truck in the game, because I think that'd be pretty cool. But, you know, I think I can probably message back and forth with Adrenaline Mitch a little bit. He owns that lighting company and that big old golden Cummins. That's where I originally got the video for the golden second-gen Cummins, I think it was. I think it was a second-gen Cummins. I don't really remember. But we wrapped some vehicle gold, and I think he might have seen that video, and that might have caught his attention. So that's pretty cool. I just wanted to share that real quick, but we are going to continue with the truck build. And with slight motor modifications, we should be pushing around 450 horsepower. We just got the basic injectors, cold air intake, charge pipes, you know, simple stuff like that. Also threw in a nice turbo. But as you guys could probably see, the most cosmetic or most screaming thing is that we did repowder coat this a neon green. I am a sucker for neon green. If you've watched the channel, I am a huge neon green person. I love Justin Hawksmith 6.0, because his is black and has neon green. It's just like this, same gray and has neon green suspension. So I think that color combo is really good. That's me in my opinion. You guys drop your opinion in the comments. What powder coat color goes with the best truck color, like main body color? What's your favorite color on these trucks? Let me know in the comments below. But anyways, let's go ahead, turn our lights on, making sure it's all looking pretty good. Starlit is looking pretty good. But let's go ahead and start this thing up. I have not started it after putting the injectors on and the turbo, so she's going to sit here and crank a little bit, so I'm not really going to record it, because you guys don't need to see the truck cranking. But with that being said, I'm going to start this thing up, and we're going to take her for a little bit of a spin. Well, I'd like to report back to you guys that, yeah, that turbo screams. I'm not going to lie. And this truck is fast if I really put my pedal to it, or put the pedal to the metal. I'm not going to lie. This truck is really fast for what we did to it. It's only pushing about 450 horsepower right now, which, it's fast, but that turbo is loud. Holy crap. You guys hear that? Let's hear it take off. That is a loud turbo, and this thing is also incredibly fast for only pushing about 450 horsepower. So I'd honestly like to see how this thing does on a dyno. So if we have time for a video, we may dyno this thing and see what numbers this thing is pushing. Because this thing is, it's rowdy, and it's faster than I thought it was going to be. And I think it's making a little bit more power than I think it would. Maybe 550. I have no clue. But we also did an intake manifold, so maybe that's why it is pushing a little bit more horsepower, I think. But we're going to do the usual, pull up to the dealership, take some Instagram pictures. As you guys can see, the Instagram marketing is really selling these trucks fast. Every time I make a truck, it's gone. So we're going to park it right there. Not really in the best spot, but I think it'll still look good in front of that elevated AF sign. Even though we still need to swap it out for a Nebraska Diesel Performance sign. That is my dealership, Nebraska Diesel Performance. As you guys can see on the building over there, big old sticker, if I can zoom in with the camera a little bit, Nebraska Diesel Performance. That's my shop. So, with that being said, we're going to go take some pictures for the old Instagram. If you guys actually want to follow the Instagram, that is in the description. I am trying to grow that as much as possible, because I think TikTok's going to get deleted, even though I have like 1,100 followers on there. But go follow the TikTok if you can. Anyways, we're going to take some pretty good pictures of this thing, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, well, my pictures have been taken. Let's go ahead and fire this thing on up. Okay, this thing is absolutely nasty. Now I want to keep this thing, because this truck is loud and fast. It's so hard not to put my pedal to the metal every time I take a turn because these tires light up like no other. So it's kind of fun to sit here and spin a little bit, but I really shouldn't be tearing up the yard too much. But we're going to go ahead, put it back in the shop so we can finalize a couple things on or make a couple adjustments on tunes and stuff like that, download a couple more. And this truck will be for sale at Nebraska Diesel Performance. This truck is going to be going for $24,000. Not bad for the mods that we've done with it. So come on down to Nebraska Diesel Performance, $24,000 we finance if you are interested in this truck. With that being said, me and It's Optic are racing to 10K subscribers, so if you haven't already subscribed, that would help me out more than you'll ever know. So please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully. Love you, bye.